toes meet behind, and we're gonna sink our hips down onto our heels. Now, instead of just kind of dropping into this, take a minute to kind of work into this place. So it's not just the arriving, it's the journey into the space. So kind of sit down, maybe give yourself a switch side to side, kind of feel how that feels in your knees, in your thighs, in your hips and low back. And once you feel like you've settled in, begin to walk your hands out long. Again, embracing the journey down. Reaching out as long as you can, slowly lowering the chest, the forehead to the mat. And once you have finally dropped into your deepest place in this child's pose, let's allow the eyes to slide closed and just begin to tune in to your breathing. So without changing or manipulating anything, focus in on the sensation of the air entering and leaving your body. Feel the ribs expand, the belly expand on the inhale. On the exhale, maybe there's a slight drop in the chest, a deepening in the stretch beneath the shoulder blades. You may notice that your breathing has slowed and your heart rate has slowed as you settle in. Think about making the breath even. Even inhale, equal exhale. Setting a pace that is comfortable and steady. From our breath, let's bring our focus to our physical body. Check in with how you feel today, where you find yourself on your mat. Making note of places that might feel a little tight or crunchy. And also making note of the places that feel good and loose. Acknowledging that all these spaces will be part of your practice. And resolving to practice with kindness to yourself. Listening to your body and allowing it to guide you through your poses. And finally, let's take a moment to bring our attention to our minds. There's a lot going on in the world around us. And take your next few breaths to allow all of those distractions to fall away. So that your mind is focused in only on the space of your mat, this place where you're safe, and this place where you're supported. On your next inhale, let's rise up into a tabletop position. Bringing the hands back underneath the shoulders, sliding the knees underneath the hips. With that same steady breath that we established in our child's pose, let's move through some cats and cows. So on your inhale, tilt the pelvis towards the ceiling, shine the heart through the upper arms. And on your exhale, curl everything up. Use your belly button to push your spine towards the ceiling. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Push the earth away. Take a couple more rounds with this, moving with your breath. Remembering to move through the entirety of the breath. So the entire exhale is movement into your cat. An entire inhale is movement into cow. Let's begin to take this movement non-linear. Instead of simple cats and cows, maybe make C's with your spine, taking one shoulder to the same hip and then the opposite side. Or maybe you make big circles with your torso like it's a jump rope. Moving in one direction and then the other direction. Or if it feels better to you to stay in cat-cow, that's fine too. Let's take a moment here to even out your sides, make sure everything is nice and even. And then find stillness in this tabletop. From this tabletop, we're gonna walk our hands forward, coming into a puppy stretch. Big stretch across the shoulders and the front of the chest. Hips stay high like a tabletop. Chest lowers to the earth like a child's pose. Keep the low belly pulled in. Let's bring some weight into the hands, walk them back underneath the shoulders. On your next inhale, let's sweep the right arm up to the ceiling. Exhale, curl it underneath, thread the needle coming through to the left side, drop down to the back of the right shoulder, the right side of the head. Left arm reaches long to the top of your mat. Your next inhale, bring the left arm underneath the shoulder, press up, reach that right arm to the ceiling. Exhale, bring it back down to the mat, left side. Inhale, left arm to the ceiling. Exhale, thread it underneath the right shoulder, come down to the back of the left shoulder, left side of the head. Right arm reaches long. Pull that right hip away from the right shoulder. Lengthen through that side body. Your inhale brings the right hand underneath, press up, left hand reaches up to the ceiling, and then back to your mat. Take a couple rounds of cat-cow here, say maybe 2 rounds. And then we'll walk our hands about a hand's length forward in front of the shoulders, tuck the toes, press the hips up and back, come into down dog. In this down dog, take a moment here to walk it out. Deep bend in one knee, lengthening the opposite leg, and then take the entire breath to switch. So again, moving slowly, not just landing in these postures, but taking in the entire process of getting there. Let's find stillness in your dog. Come up high on the tippy toes, look up between your thumbs, baby step your way up, forward fold at the top of your mat. In this forward fold, we're gonna take that same cat-cow motion that we did on our knees. So again, with a deep bend in the knees, we're gonna straighten that spine, lengthening it out long, and then exhale, curl your spine up towards the ceiling, almost like you're trying to lift your feet off the mat. Inhale, bend, gentle bend in the knees, straighten the spine. Exhale, curl it up to the ceiling. 2 more times. Inhale, bend and straighten. Opposites there, that's all right. Exhale, curl. Inhale, bend and straighten. Exhale, curl. Let's come back to your neutral forward fold. Find a bind in the arms, grabbing opposite elbows, and allow your head to hang heavy here in the frame that you just made. Rock forward a little bit onto your toes, and allow the head to just pull the spine long. Let's take a gentle sway side to side. Returning to center, inhale, halfway lift and lengthen. Exhale, fold. We're gonna place the left palm on the mat, deep bend in the left leg. Inhale, straighten right leg, right arm to the ceiling. Pull your shoulders away from your right hip, lengthen the body. Exhale, right hand down, switch sides. Left arm to the ceiling, right leg bends. Exhale, return to your forward fold. One more time, right side. Straighten right leg, lift right arm. Exhale, fold. Inhale, left side. Exhale, fold. Take a halfway lift and lengthen here. Exhale, fold, deep bend in the knees. Sweep the arms up overhead. The top of your mat, tall mountain. Reach on, grab onto your left wrist. Let's pull that left wrist up and over to the right side. Root down through that left foot. Inhale, reach up, switch your grip. Exhale, over to the left. Inhale, reach up, lift up, tall mountain. Look up at the ceiling above you, maybe a little behind. Gentle back bend underneath the shoulder blades. Exhale, return to your forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift and lengthen. Exhale, fold, plant the hands, step back with the right leg. Drop the right knee, uncurl the right toes. Inhale, both arms up, modified crescent. Check in with your foundation here. Knee over ankle on the left leg. Pull that left hip forward. Low belly lifts. Exhale, hands frame the left foot. Walk hands back to the right knee. Take left toes to the ceiling, splits prep. Inhale, walk the hands forward, come up on the right toes, step forward, right foot meets left, forward fold at the top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift and lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep the arms up overhead. Palms meet, exhale, pull them down through heart center. Inhale, sweep them up. Exhale, return to your forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift and lengthen. Exhale, fold, plant the hands, step back, left foot, knee drops, toes uncurl. Inhale, sweep the arms up, modified crescent. Again, check in with your foundation. Your next exhale, hands frame the right foot, walk them back to the left knee, pull the right toes to the ceiling, splits prep. Your next inhale, walk forward. Come up on the left toes, step forward, forward fold, top of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift and lengthen. Exhale, fold. Deep bend in the knees, sweep the arms up overhead. Exhale, bring the hands down through heart center. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, return to your forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift and lengthen. Exhale, fold, step back, right leg. Again, knee comes to the mat, uncurl the toes. Inhale, up, modified crescent. Exhale, hands down and back, splits prep. Land here for a moment. Breathe into that left hamstring. Spine is long, hips are level. Now without changing your hips, we're gonna dip our toes to the left side of our mat. Inhale them up through center, and then exhale them to the center, up to the right side of the mat. Inhale up through center, exhale to the left. Inhale up. Exhale to the right. Now someplace in that little wave, you felt your strongest sensation of stretch. Wherever that is for you, land there. So maybe it's outside, maybe it's inside, maybe it's straight up. Land in that place and breathe into that sensation. Return the toes to center if they're not there already. Walk forward, hands frame the left foot, come up on the right toes. Step forward, forward fold at the top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift and lengthen. Exhale, fold, deep bend in the knees, sweep the arms up. Immediately dive back into your forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift and lengthen. Exhale, fold. This time step back, left foot, drop the knee, uncurl the toes. Inhale, hands up. Exhale, hands down to frame the right foot. Walk them back towards the left knee. Splits prep on this side. Let's find that same wave with the toes here. So on an inhale, drop them over to the right. Inhale up, drop them to the left. Inhale up, exhale right. Inhale up, and exhale left. So here again, within that wave, find that place where you are finding the most sensation. Might be different than the opposite side. Send your breath to where you feel the most tension. One more breath here. If they're not there already, return those toes to center. Walk the hands forward, come up on the left toe, step forward, forward fold at the top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift and lengthen. Exhale, fold, deep bend in the knees, sweep the arms up overhead. Exhale, pull the hands down to heart center. Find a point on the wall in front of you, your drishti, your anchor, your balance point. Stare at that point, and we're gonna go into a little balance. Rooting down through the left foot, inhale the right knee up. Breathe into that balance for a moment. Check in with yourself. Root down through that left foot. On your next inhale, we're going to extend that right heel towards the front of your space. Exhale, bend. Inhale, extend forward. Exhale, bend. Maintain that bend, hinge forward. And we're going to take that right leg behind us, dropping it slowly down to the mat. Inhale, hands up overhead. Full crescent. You can always drop down to the right knee here if you need to. Same as we did in the modification, pull that right hip forward, left hip back, lift the low belly, grow tall through the spine. On your exhale, we're gonna bring our hands down to frame the left foot, straighten that left leg, deep, intense hamstring stretch. So here we wanna pull that left hip under instead of letting it pop out to the side, and think about lengthening your head past your toes. So we don't wanna curl down on this one. We're being nice and long here to start. A little different approach to that hamstring. Let's take a bend in the left knee, step forward with the right foot, find that forward fold here. Pause in this forward fold. We're gonna bring the hands behind the back. If you can reach around and clasp them, that's great. If not, maybe you could even grab onto your shirt to hold your hands together. And we're gonna breathe down into this forward fold, allowing the hands to lift towards the ceiling, getting into those shoulders, little shoulder rinse. Slow, steady breath. One more breath here. Exhale, slowly release that bind. Bring the hands down to the mat. On your inhale, halfway lift and lengthen. Exhale, fold, deep bend in the knees. We'll inhale our way up. Exhale, bring the hands to heart center. Find that drishti, come back to that balance point in front of you. We root down through the right foot. This time, inhale the left knee up. Breathe into that balance. On your next inhale, extend the left leg forward. Exhale, bend. Inhale, extend. Exhale, bend. Now here, hinge forward. Keep that left leg up if you can. Extend it towards the back of the room. Gently drop it down. Come into that full crescent on the opposite side. Same as we did with the right leg forward. Pull the right hip under. Pull the left hip forward. Lengthen up through the spine. On your exhale, let's bring our hands down to frame the right foot. Straighten that right leg, pushing both hips towards the back of the room. top of your mat, heads reaching for the front of your mat. Let's take a bend in that right knee. Bring weight into the hands. We're going to send the right foot back to meet the left. Find yourself in plank. In this plank, we're going to tuck our elbows in nice and close. Grip the mat with your fingertips. Exhale, lower down, chaturanga. You can come all the way down to the mat. Inhale up for baby cobra or find your up dog. Exhale, press into the mat, lift the hips up and back, down dog. Let's take a breath here. Big inhale. Open the mouth, sigh everything out. Your next inhale will sweep that right leg up to the ceiling. Exhale, bring the foot between the hands. Drop that left heel down and away. Check in with your feet. Make sure you're on railroad tracks here, so we don't want our feet lined up quite yet. Inhale, sweeping the hands up to the ceiling, finding warrior one. So facing the top of your mat, we've got a deep bend in the right foot. Left foot is pointed off to about 10:30, 11 o'clock, and we're pressing through the outer blade of that back foot. Both hips are pointed towards the front of your mat. Inhale, sweep hands up. On your exhale, we're going to hinge forward, bring the hands down, long line from the outer blade of the left foot to the top of the head. Inhale, sweep the hands up, warrior one. Exhale, down and forward, thunderbolt. Inhale up, warrior one. On your next exhale, we're going to open out into warrior two. So this time we are going to wiggle our feet into one plane. So we want the heel of the right foot lined up with the arch of the left foot in the back. Arms out in nice T, looking out over the middle finger of your right hand. On your inhale, let's reach that right arm up to the ceiling, proud warrior. Exhale out to two. Inhale up, proud. Exhale, cartwheel the hands all the way down, frame the right foot. Send it back to meet the left. Tuck those elbows in, grip your mat. Exhale, lower down, chaturanga. Inhale up, baby cobra or up dog. Exhale, hips up and back, down dog. Again, find a big breath here. Inhale through the nose. Exhale, sigh everything out. Your next inhale will sweep that left leg up to the ceiling. Your exhale, bring it between your hands. This is not the direction I wanted to do this, but this is where we are. Let's make railroad tracks on your feet again. Drop that right heel down and away. Inhale, sweep the hands up. Warrior one, left side. Same foundation that we have on the right, so check in, feet, hips. On your exhale, hinge forward, thunderbolt, press through the outer blade of that right foot, spine long. Inhale, sweep the hands up, warrior one. Exhale, forward, thunderbolt. Inhale up, warrior one. Your next exhale will open out to warrior two. Take a moment to wiggle that front foot over so it's lined up with the arch of the back foot. Pull that left knee back. Turn both hips to the right side of your mat. On your inhale, left hand comes up, proud warrior. Exhale out to two. Inhale up, proud. Don't let that left knee fall in. Exhale out, cartwheel all the way down. Send the left foot back to meet the right. Take your chaturanga flow or skip it and come to down dog. There's no points for chaturangas here. From this down dog, let's inhale that right leg up to the ceiling. Exhale, curl through, bringing the foot between the hands. Drop that left heel down and away. Cartwheel all the way up, warrior two. Right leg forward, hopefully. On your inhale, sweep the right arm up, proud warrior. Exhale, out through two, down into your side angle. Bring the right elbow down to the right knee. Left arm reaches up towards the ceiling or points overhead. If you're reaching overhead, pull that ear back down away from your shoulder. Breathe, reach long through that left side body, fingertips to the edge of the outer blade of the left foot. On your exhale, let's bring that left hand down to the inside of the right foot. Come up on the left toes. Inhale the right hand up to the ceiling. Exhale, bring the right hand down to frame the right foot. Step forward, forward fold at the top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift and lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep the arms up overhead. Exhale, return to your forward fold. Let's step back, left foot, right foot, find your version of plank. Take your flow, skip it, meet and down dog, or take a couple breaths in child's pose, depending on how you're feeling. All right, let's all meet in down dog. Sweep that left leg up to the ceiling. Exhale, bring it through, plant the foot between the hands. Drop that right heel down and away, cartwheel the hands up, warrior two, left side. Breathe here. On your inhale, sweep the left hand up to the ceiling. On the exhale, we're going to come through warrior two into your side angle. Again, lengthening through from the right fingertips to the outer blade of the right foot. Pull that left hip under, open the right shoulder to the ceiling. Your exhale brings the right hand down to the inside of the left foot. Come up on the right toes. Inhale, sweep the left arm up to the ceiling. Pull the left hip under. Don't let it stick out to the side here in this twist. Let's exhale that left hand down to meet the right. Let's see, inhale, step forward, forward fold to the top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift and lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, deep bend in the knees, sweep the arms up overhead. Exhale, bring the hands to heart center. Take a moment here, breathe, readjust. Come back to that breath that we established at the beginning of class. That even, steady breath, even inhale, even exhale. As we did before, if you're ready to move, we're going to inhale that left leg up into that stork pose. Exhale, hinge forward, send that left leg back to the back of the mat. Land in your crescent, full crescent here. We're going to turn to the left, coming into star. Reach those arms up high, all 10 toes pointing to the left side of your mat. On your exhale, bring the hands down through heart center. We're going to bend in the knees, turning the feet so that the toes point out, coming into goddess. So we're pulling those knees back and tucking the hip bone under. We want to stick our booty back here. All right, for inhale, lift. Exhale, bring hands to both knees. We're going to take an exhale, dip that right shoulder down towards center, press back on the right knee. Inhale, up. Exhale, left shoulder presses towards center, press back on the left knee. Oh, I like this one. Let's do it again. Inhale up through center. Exhale, right shoulder. Inhale through center. Exhale, left shoulder. Coming back up, release the hands from the knees. Come back to that goddess with hands at heart center. Inhale up to star. Reach up, 10 toes pointed towards the left side. Exhale, hinge forward at the hips, coming into a wide leg straddle. If you need to adjust your feet here, feel free to do so, taking them closer or wider. With a nice flat back here, lift, halfway lift and lengthen, and then exhale, release into your wide leg straddle stretch. Again here, allowing the head to hang heavy, pulling the spine long, just like we do in a forward fold. On your inhale, halfway lift and lengthen. We're going to walk our hands over to our left feet, left foot, just one foot. Reaching and grabbing on whatever you can get to, shin, ankle, side of the foot. Make sure that you're not twisting your hips too far. We want to try to keep our hips level. So pull that right hip back up while you pull your head down towards your left foot. Let's walk back through center, walk over to the right foot, same process. Just the one right foot, latch onto whatever you can, pull that left hip away, pull your head towards the right foot. Let's walk our hands back over to the left side. We're gonna turn all 10 toes towards the back of your mat. Come down on the right leg. We're gonna keep the right hand planted in the mat. Sweep that left leg back towards the front of the mat. Inhale the left arm up, modified side plank. Adjust so that you're pressing down into the mat out of the right shoulder, lifting up at the left shoulder towards the ceiling, the top of your room, also known as the ceiling. On your exhale, pull your knee in towards your elbow. Inhale, extend. Exhale, reach back, tap the ankle. Inhale, extend. Exhale to the front, elbow to knee. Inhale, extend. Exhale, reach back, tap your ankle. Inhale, extend. Let's come back down towards your mat, left toes, left hand down. Come up on the right toes, find yourself in a plank. Take your chaturanga flow or skip it and meet in down dog. From this down dog, we're gonna bring that left knee down to the earth, sweeping that right leg up, coming into that modified plank on the opposite side. So again, kickstand that left knee back behind you, reach up with the right arm, press down with the left. On your exhale, right elbow to right knee. Inhale, extend. Exhale, reach back, tap the ankle. Inhale, extend. Exhale, knee to elbow. Extend. Exhale, tap back. Inhale, extend. From this extension, we'll just rotate back down towards the earth. Bring the right knee down, toes to meet behind you. Settle back into that child's pose. The same place we began class, so we're kind of at the halfway point here. See how this feels different for you right now than when you started. Checking in with those same places that we checked in with at the beginning of class. Coming back to that breathing. About 3 more breaths here. Let's begin to lift up out of this child's pose. Tuck the toes without hinging too far forward. Lift the hips up and back, coming into your down dog. So we're facing the back of the mat away from where we started. On your inhale, we're going to sweep that left leg up to the ceiling. Exhale, curl the knee in towards your nose. Plant the foot between the hands. Drop that right heel down and away. We're going to cartwheel up into warrior 2. So we're facing the back of your mat. Left leg is bent, right leg is straight. Pressing through the outer blade of the right foot. Arms out in that nice wide T, reaching for the front and back of the mat. On an inhale, we're going to rotate the left heel toes towards the left side of the mat, reach up for star. Exhale, rotate the right toes to the front of the mat. Exhale, out into warrior 2 to the front. Inhale, up star, toes turn. Exhale, left toes turn, warrior 2 to the back. One more time, inhale, up, star. Exhale to the right side, warrior. Inhale, up, star. Exhale, left side, warrior. Nice little transition there, beautiful. All right, let's bring those left toes to face the left side of the mat. Inhale, the hands up, big star again. Pull the heels in, we're gonna settle back down into that goddess. So toes out, heels in, pulling the knees back to the right side of your mat. This time we'll find cactus arms, arms out to the side, kind of like a goalpost. Inhale for length here. On your exhale, let's tap that right knee to right elbow. Inhale up. Exhale, left knee, left elbow. Inhale up. 2 more times each side. Exhale to the right. Up. Exhale to the left. Up. Exhale right, last time. Up. Exhale left, last time. Up. reach up, star, turn the 10 toes towards the right side of the mat. On your exhale, we're gonna turn the right toes to the front, cartwheel the hands down, bend the right knee, step up with the right leg forward, fold at the top of your mat. Sorry, that was a little awkward. Did everybody get there? We're forward folding at the top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift and lengthen. Exhale, fold. Come up high on the tippy toes in this forward fold. So big bend in the knees. We're gonna slowly lower our hips down, coming into a yogi toe squat. So we wanna be high up on the toes, knees pulled into the chest. Remember that drishti, that balance point we found earlier? Let's find that sucker again. So look forward, find something that's not moving, and begin to slowly lift your hands off the mat, perhaps bringing them to your chest. Pull those knees in close, lift up high on the toes. Breathe here, big stretch for your feet too. All right, let's release those hands down to the mat, roll back onto your bum. So you guys are still facing forward, I'm gonna turn to face you. So we're gonna come into a shoelace pose here. So we'll take that left leg, pull the left heel around to the right hip. We're gonna take the right leg over top. We're looking to stack the knees. If they don't quite get there, that's okay. This is a good place for a blanket or a towel underneath that left hip to keep your hips nice and level. Lift up nice and tall here. And on your exhale, we're gonna hinge forward, walking the hands out long. So getting into those hips, we wanna keep both hips grounded on your mat. So don't roll so far forward that you're coming off of your hips onto the side of your left knee. Pressing back, keep those hips on the mat. Breathe into that place where you feel the biggest stretch here. All right, let's walk ourselves back up. We're gonna come and try this full cow face pose. So what we're gonna do is bring our hands behind our backs. You can clasp the palms together, or if you can find prayer behind your back with fingers pointed down, or if you can get into the full thing with your fingers pointed up, palms pressed together, you can see that I'm not quite there, and that's fine. So wherever you find your arm variation, same legs, we're gonna hinge forward, and this shoulder stretch is gonna change the direction or how deep you can go into the hip stretch. So listen to your body. This may not be the same place that you were last time, that's all right. Breathe into your edge, whatever that is. Slowly release those hands and walk ourselves back up. So we're gonna switch into shoelace on the opposite side. So depending on how fancy you feel like being today, you can simply put the right leg on top, left leg on the bottom, or if you wanna start from where you were, let's see if I can get this right. You're gonna turn towards your right foot, spin around, and you come back down into your shoelace. Just depends on how much fun you wanna have with this today. Or you can just switch your legs around, that's fine. So wherever you do to get there, we're gonna end up with the left leg on the bottom, the right leg on the top. Again, if you need support under this left hip, please find something. If this is too much on the knees, feel free to extend that bottom leg out long. You'll still get into the hips with this stretch that way. So finding your version of cow face, we're gonna hinge forward over those legs. Again, keeping the hips grounded. Breathe into your sensation. Let's walk ourselves up and add the arms into this stretch. So again, finding the place behind your back that feels comfortable, whether that's fingers pointed down, hands clasped, fingers pointed up. Inhale for length here, exhale, hinge forward. Again, shoulders will change the direction of the stretch. Find your edge and breathe into that. One more breath. On your inhale, release the arms, begin to lift yourself back up. We'll bring the hands behind us, resting on the mat. Bring the knees to the ceiling. Find a nice little windshield wiper here, just dropping the knees from one side to the other, as fast or slow as you feel like you need to move. Finding stillness and center, we're gonna pull that right leg in, keeping the knee bent. Extend the left leg out to the side, half straddle as we sit here. Inch your way forward onto your sits bones, kind of wiggle yourself in and down. Hinge forward at the hips, walking the hands forward. Think about a nice long spine here. Keep the stretch nice and active. Pressing back through the hands to keep that left hip grounded on the mat. Your inhale walks you back up. We're gonna turn to the right to pigeon on the right side. So we're kind of halfway there. If you can just rotate over, bringing that right leg towards the front of the mat, and then use your toes to walk your left leg behind for pigeon, that's fine. If you'd like to come through tabletop or down dog, feel free to find the entry that works best for you. Settling into this pigeon, upright for a moment, breathe into the hips, and then exhale, begin to find a place where you can rest semi-comfortably for the next couple minutes. Nobody's ever gonna call pigeons super comfortable. Settling in, coming back to that breathing that we established at the beginning of class. Even inhales and exhales. Feel where that breath helps you soften. About 4 more breaths here. Bring your focus back to your mat, back to the safe space that we've created. Begin to walk ourselves back up. So you're facing the top of your mat this time. Let's swing that left leg around to the front, up, rolling onto the right hip. Bring the hands behind, and again, find that gentle windshield wiper. All right, finding stillness in that windshield wiper. We're gonna keep the left leg pulled in this time. Right leg extends out to the side for that half side straddle. I'll turn to face you. Sitting up nice and tall, finding those sits bones, and then begin to hinge forward, nice long back, active stretch. Pressing back into that right hip, keeping it grounded in the mat, pulling the spine long, looking out just beyond your fingertips to keep the neck level. Your next inhale begins to walk you back up. So moving from here into that left side pigeon. So however you want to get there, if you'd like to come into tabletop and then bring that left leg forward, or just roll over onto the left hip, that's fine. Just finding a different entry point if that works for you. Walk using the toes to walk the left leg back, nice and long. Find yourself upright for a moment, settle into those hips before you begin to lower yourself down, finding that edge where you can breathe. What can you let go of here? Check in with your teeth. Are you clenching your teeth? Pressing your tongue against the roof of your mouth. Is there tension in your shoulders? It may not seem like it's related to stretching your hips, but holding tension some places, inviting tension into the entire body. One more big, steady breath here. Begin to walk yourself back up. We'll roll onto that left hip, bringing the right leg around to the front. Again, finding any movement that feels good to you. Maybe that's windshield wiper, maybe like to extend the legs long, give them a bounce. Whatever feels like it would work for your body, let's do that. And then bringing the knees up to the ceiling, we'll sit up nice and tall against them. Wrap your arms around your shins. Drop your head to your knees, seated child's pose. Let's lift the head up, bring the hands behind us, slowly lower ourselves down to our mat. When you land, take a breath here, allow the spine to settle. And on an inhale, we're going to pull the right knee into the chest, left leg extends long. Let's zip that core up. So pull your belly button down towards your spine, press the low back into the mat. So we've got a right leg pulled in. Let's inhale here. On your exhale, let's switch. Inhale, switch, switch, switch. Left leg, right, left, right. Let's land on the left leg here. Hold that left leg in nice and tight. On your exhale, we're going to pull the left leg across the body, coming into a twist, pulling the left knee down to the right side. Left arm extends long out from the shoulder. Keep that left shoulder grounded in the mat. Your next inhale will roll back to the spine. Pull that left leg in nice and tight. We'll take one more switch. Left extends, pull the right leg in. Then we'll grab onto that right kneecap, pull it across the body, dropping it over to the left side. Right arm extends long this time, out in a T. Right shoulder stays grounded in the mat. Your next inhale, let's roll back to the spine. Keep that right leg pulled into the chest. Take a breath here. Now let's bring the left leg in to meet the right, so both knees hugged in. Start to make some circles with those knees, gently massaging out the low back. Switch direction if you haven't already. Finding stillness with those knees hugged in, we'll move into our inversion for class. So this can look like a couple different things. From these knees pulled in, it's easy to find happy baby. Just pull the knees open to the armpits, reach through the shins to grab the ankles or the outer blades of the feet, lift the feet towards the ceiling. Press the shoulders and the sacrum down into the mat. Pull the knees down into the elbows, armpits, sorry, different body part. You can also find hip stand, simply extending legs up towards the ceiling. Dead bug, sounds bad, feels good. Extend the arms up as well. If you have access to your toes in your happy baby, I invite you to work your thumb knuckles in between your toes, creating some space and a gentle massage there in your feet. About 2 more breaths here in your inversion. Feel free to find any movement that you feel would feel good here. Then we'll release our inversion. Hug those knees into the chest. As we prepare for our final Shavasana, take any final movements that you feel will complete your practice. If you're ready to move into Shavasana, I invite you to hug those knees in close, lift the eye sockets up to the knees, clench your toes, squeeze your fingers, make a sour face like you just ate a lemon, nobody can see you. Inhale here, and then exhale, let everything go. Legs out long, arms down by your sides. If you have a blanket or a bolster, it'd be great to place that underneath the knees or maybe under your head. As you settle into this place of restoration and rest, feel where you are supported by your mat. The back of the head, the shoulders, hips, thighs, heels. Feel yourself melt away into those contact points, releasing any tension that has been built up, releasing anything that's crowded into your mind, allowing our bodies time to accept and adjust to the changes we've made. Find your peace in Shavasana. begin to deepen our breathing. Returning awareness to the body. Maybe begin to make small movements with your fingers and toes. Slowly waking up, allowing the movements to get bigger. And if you're finally ready, reach your hands long overhead. Reach the toes away from the fingertips. Make yourself as long as you can. Big full body stretch. I invite you to stay here on your back or roll over to your favorite sleeping side. Pausing here to come back to that steady breath. That sense of peace and strength that we've cultivated through class. If you're ready, let's push up into a comfortable seated position. Find yourselves in a comfortable seat, which I just said. Bringing your hands to heart center and Anjali Mudra. Eyes can be opened or closed here. Take 3 breaths here in this place. It was an honor to guide you through your practice today. I hope that you found something that felt good in your minds and your bodies. I'm grateful for you lending your spirit and your energy to this virtual gathering. Let's bring our thumb knuckles to our forehead, sending out thoughts of peace and happiness to our fellow yogis. Let's offer each other namaste. Namaste. Thank you, friends, for joining in. I hope that you're well. I hope that you're healthy. I hope that you're staying home and washing your hands.